Haikyuu?
Yeah.
That Goku?
We're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back.
It's in the chat. It's that long.
Crazy.
The intro. I'll do it.
Oh, I could be in the chat this time if I'm not hosting it.
Yeah, you can be in the
What?
chat. Yeah, it's all on Sarah.
Am I ready? Oh, I'm fine. Okay, I was like, what?
I am ready.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I be letting that thing rock, bro. Whatever. Hold on, where is the? Do I not follow the Hunter Associate? No, where's that? Yeah, I do.
All right, let's just go ahead and get it started. Yeah.
Wait. What you mean? What you mean?
Oh, you back? Okay.
I didn't even hear nobody say nothing.
Oh Lord.
I was sitting here the whole time.
Jesus.
All right, let's just go ahead and get it started. All right. What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of the Webtoon Anime Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, JD from TiC GamesNetwork. We have Sarah from Project Webtoon, Trent motherfucking Money. You already know who it is. And of
I
course,
already knew.
JC from new YouTube channel now, Always Carson. Y'all definitely go subscribe to his new YouTube channel right now. Don't wait. Go subscribe. JC, is anything you want to say, fam?
Look, you know what? It's a sad day for me. I need some help out there. I need some help, and I'm choked up, but no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Things happen in life. Got
Right.
3 strikes, and you out of there. So you got to restart. So it's what we doing. It be like that sometimes.
Definitely. Definitely. Yes. The link to his new channel is in the chat I just put in there. So I want all of y'all to go ahead and go subscribe. So yeah, today we will be talking about Tower of God episode 10, our thoughts on it, our differences, from the anime and the webtoon, and also our expectations for episode 11. So, Trent, my guy, you there? And he's gone. All right. So, Panzu Knox it won't be here tonight. He is finalizing stuff for the AnyTube Con that takes place on Friday. So Friday and Saturday. So he won't be here tonight. So okay, since Trent, are you back?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, now that you're back. So we're gonna start with you first, Trent. We're gonna start with you first since you gave us your you know a little bit of your brief thoughts earlier on what you felt about today's episode. So I want to start with you first. I want to hear why you gave it the score you did.
I'm taking the JC approach today, man.
Oh shit.
It was good, but it was disappointing.
What?
I was disappointed.
Whoa. Okay.
As you guys know, I've been yearning for the sheep homie. I've been yearning to see the sheep homie this whole time. And We finally got to see some of the stuff I wanted to see, but I feel like, how can I say this? I just feel like they rushed it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they really didn't even give a good back story into his shystiness. You know what I'm saying? Or into his, like, they didn't really give a good, like, okay, something's up with this guy. You know, we just hopped into seeing him getting busted. You know what I'm saying? And that was a really important part for me to see, as far as just like the build with that. I like the backstory shit, or like the side character back stuff. But however, I did like the whole burial. I thought that was pretty good. Remembering that in the webtoon whatsoever. So that was pretty tight. But yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10.
7.5 at best.
That's not bad. It's not a bad score.
They did give me with my OST.
Gotta have that music in there. Gotta have that
Yeah,
music in
As
there.
long as you throw that in there, you can't get lower than a 6. Well, go ahead.
Right. All right. Sarah, we're gonna go to you next. What was your thoughts on the episode? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, they say they don't hear you, Sarah. Ooh.
Oh yeah, if you're doing an audio, it's because I usually do it, and you have to set your audio device. Yeah, for yours, because you usually set to mine.
All right. Well, while Sarah gets that taken care of, JC, we're gonna go to you.
Right, there we go.
Oh, wait. Can y'all hear Seraph now? Sarah,
Let
say
me know
something.
if I'm too loud or if I'm the stream or not, because it's different between Discord and
There he is. There you go. We
All right,
got
they
it.
hear you.
Alright, so what I was saying was they did a really good job with Hell's Burial. It looked amazing, from the way they fucking set out the scenery to how he was just laying there with the glass over him and everything, and the way everybody showed up to hang out and stuff. They did Yuga bogus. That kind of sucked because he had a bigger role in the webtoon compared to the anime. He had actually like somewhat of a fight scene compared to the anime, and then just seeing how they showed off the eels and stuff like that. It looked really fucking cool to me. Like just the way they summoned it, it came out the sheep and everything, just exactly how I saw in the webtoon. It just looked fucking amazing. So props to the animation, props to the music, props to the scenery and everything that they did for
Glad
it.
they didn't use CGI for that part.
I know if they used CGI, I would have been upset. It was like
Have
all
they
straight
used
up
it before?
plain animation.
No, they haven't. But like
Oh.
normally, when like
Oh.
certain series, like for big creatures especially, they use CGI because they just don't want to animate it for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be on Trent's shoes here and say it's like a 7.58 for me.
Okay.
I
Alright.
enjoyed it a bit. I enjoyed it a good chunk. Seeing how like Rachel was crying, how you guys said that you can't fake snots, and I'm like, don't fake tears. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And you can't fake snot, man. It's hard to get snot out when you're fake crying.
All right. JC.
So I try to go this whole episode as an anime only. I knew everybody knows I've already read it. Everybody knows I've already, critiqued the hell out of this series.
That you
Let's
have.
go. Let's go anime only. If I'm an anime only watcher, this episode actually wasn't bad. It might have been pretty good. I mean, you had little tension in there. You had the emotion with the burial and Rachel and Bam, and they're crying, and everything seems to be going in the right direction for the anime only. But when I was trying to react to it, I was like, man, are these fake tears from Rachel? Because we know what happens. Everybody knows what happens. But then she got the snot coming out. I'm like, are they trying to make it seem like she really is feeling like bad for Bam? Like she did him that way? Are they changing the story? I gotta ask y'all, are they changing the story right now?
That's something that like
No, I
caught my
think-
attention too. If they do end up changing the story, I'm gonna be so disappointed
not,
But
I
at
mean,
the same time,
not
happy.
change the ending, but like, are they changing, like, trying to make everybody believe Rachel at this moment? Because it looks believable at this moment.
Oh,
I think that's the purpose. I think it's to make us and the viewer believe that, because even when we were reading the webtoon for the first time,
Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
what's going on?
What?
are you okay there?
What's going on?
Can you not hear us?
We losing?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear each other. JD said stop this.
JD froze now.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I'm gonna have to
We
edit all
got
this.
some major technical. Yeah, we got some major tech issues going on right now. Hold up.
How so? Everybody else is saying it's pretty fine.
Oh, okay, it was biting bad for me. Yeah, like everybody's just.
Ah! Ah!
We lost him.
Homie just booted himself from the call.
Oh, who got booted?
You did.
You.
You literally left for 2
I did?
seconds and came back.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
like that's what I was saying. Like everybody had started biting for me. I didn't know what was going on.
The Blade says don't edit that out. Leave that in.
Y'all childish, bro. Oh man.
What were we saying? I think they're acting, bro. I think it's a, this is a webtoon or anime only. You'd be like, okay, maybe now she feels bad, and now she's gonna continue to help Bam climb the tower, or continue to go with Bam up the tower, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yet obviously we gonna see something else here. Something else happen again, but I don't think they're changing the story by any.
But those are like some real tears there.
It
I
has
mean,
to
she
look like
could.
real tears.
I mean, there was some snot coming out the nose too. I mean, like, can we fake it that well?
Her like the way the voice actress did her voice for that scene was so well. Like it didn't sound fake at all. It sounded like genuine and legit. Like it sounded like she was actually crying in the booth.
That's because you know what? And anime onlys, pause this stuff right here. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. I'm going to say, once we get that ending scene at season 1, this right here is supposed to make us think everything is okay.
Right.
Until then, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna stay on script for the most part.
All right. Well, I guess I will be the guy who sheds light on everything. I loved the episode. I guess I am just the Lone Ranger here. I actually loved it. I didn't have a problem with anything. Now, I'm not saying it's a complete 10 out of 10 because I could tell the pacing was extremely fast in this episode. But, like, overall, I loved the episode. I didn't have a problem. I love how, of course, the funeral with Ho, rest in peace. Congratulations, you played yourself. I love the aspect of Kun. We found out his whole strategy and everything. We got more in-depth story on that. Of course, I love the OSTs that we're playing. I loved how we got the visual with all of our cast, eating and celebrating Ho's life after the funeral and whatnot.
They were
We finally got.
vibing.
Yeah, they were drinking,
Like, it was a
vibing,
good
everything was
scene,
cool.
I
We
enjoyed it.
also got the early part of why Racket becomes small.
Mhm.
We didn't get that for a while in the webtoon, so it's nice that we got that early. And also I enjoyed the part where it's like everybody found out that Bam is an irregular now.
Wasn't
So-
that shown off a little bit later?
You talking about in the webtoon?
Yeah.
That I do not remember. It's been so long since I read that.
That's where
Chat, do
in the
your
webtoon.
thing.
I think as far as the webtoon,
Yeah. Or when they
I'd be
found.
remember it too. But the thing is, I think it fit in. I think it fit in right.
That's
Yeah,
when they
it's-
found out in the
It fit
webtoon.
really well.
Also, they
Was
found
it?
out at that moment.
Okay.
I think some cats
remember
knew. I
that.
felt like, but I feel like a couple people knew or were suspicious, but I think it was officially announced until that point in time in the series.
Okay, since I gotta point out some problems, JD didn't have a problem with anything. Okay, the railroad already knew Bam wasn't a regular. He
Okay.
called him a monster, like
And everything.
literally from the
Mhm.
very beginning since you wall test. That's number one. He already knew, but he looked all super surprised in the anime. Number two, the anime showed after the crown game the whole uh, wave explosion Bam did.
Mhm.
That didn't happen in the webtoon, but everybody in the world saw Bam with the godlike, sensu going everywhere. Everybody in the world should have knew Bam wasn't regular.
Right.
Everybody should have known that, but then everybody's all of a sudden shocked that he's a irregular when he says it. You should have known that at this point.
The reason why they didn't is because of the amount of Shinzu that displayed during the crown game.
Mm-hmm.
They probably assumed, this is just headcanon, this is not official, but I'm gonna just say they probably just assumed that was a Black March.
Yeah, and you know what as well? People know that there are beasts amongst the tower. So unless it was enough to be like, yo, this nigga is like that was enough to defeat a ranker in one blow type shit, you're not necessarily super unused to seeing freaky, weird, strong people. You know what I'm saying?
And-
So you may not really assume that he is an irregular.
Well, I
Right,
mean, I get
and
what you guys are saying, but at the same time, like none of these characters, as far as we know, have met Yurik or met another irregular, have they?
yeah, they haven't met him, but everybody knows irregulars are strong. But the difference is, as been stated, Webtoon knowledge anyway, Bam is not like any of the previous irregulars.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, so
not
I'm
like
saying-
the other three, because I think there was like 4 or 5 regulars. That they
So what I'm
Uh,
saying is that
yeah.
in the webtoon, that sensu explosion didn't happen. I mean, there was something that happened, but it wasn't that extravagant.
But
Right.
yeah.
This
like,
filled up the whole room,
so
and
so,
most people didn't even know that was a Black March to begin with. So that,
Yeah,
I mean,
but the ones
Thank
who
you,
did know
but
that
what
was
about
a Black
everybody
March.
else though? I mean, like who knew? Like Anak knew.
Well, let's be
Uh,
real. The rest of
Endorsey.
everybody else who's not like the main cast, they're fodder characters anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So I'm saying, like, you look at that wave of an explosion, you're like, this dude should not be normal. Just like Knox was saying, this dude isn't normal, but nobody addressed it, and now they're all gonna act like, oh, he's an irregular because he hasn't shown that power any other time. But now did everybody forget?
Hey man, it was a Black March, bro.
Nobody knows what the Black March is.
I'm just saying, they know now. But look, I will do this for you. I will do this. I will say, now that I'm thinking about it and I'm recapping the episode in my head, I do have one complaint. That one complaint is the whole thing with Kun try to convince everybody to help Bam. Instead of letting it build and be like, oh, so Kun's gonna, sell Bam down the river, they kind of just stopped at midway and they changed it. And it was like, look, you can quit, with the charade. We already know what you're trying to do.
And honestly, I still think it was enough because I forgot, like, because at first in my reaction, I go, oh yeah, Mr. Kun is hitting these niggas with his reverse psychology. And I go, wait,
Yeah,
is he?
yeah, but I kind of wish they would have kept that Webtoon version, to show that, how manipulative Kun is, as far as and how convincing he can be, especially in that instance where everybody's trying to figure out what they should do and how they should do it and how they should go about going up the tower now, especially that Bam's a comrade of theirs. So I kind of wish they kind of would have let that play out like the Webtoon, but I mean it was still fine, but that's just a small critique.
They rushed it a lot
They did.
Yeah.
for that scene.
They did.
But like understanding the circumstances of 13 episodes, 1 season, 78 chapters, it's understandable as to why they rushed that whole scene.
And we know like the biggest test of the whole first season is
And,
now.
Yeah, and we're about to get 3 episodes worth of that test.
Right.
So like,
And
Maybe.
this bitch got said. Okay.
So what did you say, Trent?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's funny that you guys said it because I was literally saying in my thing too. I don't remember everything that happened between post that game and this game now. Or post the last challenge and then at our challenge come the finale. Yeah. So you think it's gonna be spanned over 3 episodes?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be spanned over 2.5 because I think the second half of the final episode will be
them
the
explaining
Rachel
what's going on.
and the Rachel and Bam scene at the end, and maybe they might do like flashbacks of her and what happened with Hidan. So
Because that was also another important scene that Rachel, saw everything that was going on.
right, so I think it'll be 2.5 gonna be the last test, and then that last half of the episode will be all of that.
Yo, they got 3 episodes to
Right.
put all this stuff in here. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in these next couple chapters. So I'm not really sure if they're gonna be able to.
Especially,
Of course they're
in the
gonna do it,
middle of
but
too, like in the middle of it, we get a bunch of characters that show up. You know what I mean? We get a bunch of characters that show up. There's a lot of things that happen, but are they going to be able to show it off? They got to figure out what scenes they want to put in. It's just fuck, dude. If it was like a 24 episode season, it'd been just fine.
yeah, I don't really have faith in it, to be honest with you guys. Like,
Whoa.
2.5 episodes, and you guys gotta remember
have
what's
faith in
in
them?
there.
Yeah.
No,
It's looking. I ain't gonna lie. It's looking shy. It's looking. It's not looking as promising as it was looking in the beginning.
Exactly.
Man, if they fucking put the rest of the budget into these next coming episodes, that's just gonna be.
If they put the rest of the budget into the next coming episodes, it won't, at least visual wise, it won't look as bad. It's all really going to depend on pacing, because somebody let us know in the chat exactly what chapter we are on in the webtoon, where the anime is right now, so we can kind of get a glimpse and try to figure out exactly how the pacing would be.
You gotta guess.
Unless one of y'all remember. Yeah.
So do you guys think that? Okay,
Stop
you
showing
said-
the ending and opening. Yes, Shotty.
Yeah,
Yes.
they could do a what they call it, a silent opening.
Yep, a silent opening.
Oh, yeah.
And they can do a silent ending like they did with the Anak scene.
So let's just say hypothetically that they put the rest of the budget into these next like 3 episodes, right? Do you think that it'll save the season? I mean, maybe the anime onlys. I'm not really sure how they feel about it. I've seen some people love it, some people don't. You think it'll save it though?
Because
Well, I got some
scenes
news
that
on that
happen,
actually, but I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and finish.
all the fight scenes that happen are gonna be Jurassic for this. Like all the Shinsu that they're gonna be using, all the abilities, all the things that they're gonna be doing, all the entire scenery is just gonna be next level for us if they put all the rest of the budget into these next coming things. Because just the fishbowl test is just so vast. There's so many
really
areas in that joint that like it just blows my mind. And thanks Blaine and Pinky for 58, 59 for the exact chapter that we are on.
Oh,
So we got
they can do that. They can do that in 3.
Yeah, they can do it in 3. It just raises the
Yeah,
pacing.
Yeah, they can do it in 3. As long as they do the fight scene with someone and someone justice, then the rest of it is really like nothing but dialogue.
What do you mean nothing?
I'm saying, like, you gotta realize, bro, they're gonna cut out the dialogue. We know this. It's nothing new.
They're probably gonna end up
We've
going
seen it for
straight to
10
the fight
episodes so far, so they're gonna cut out a lot of dialogue. So that's why I say nothing but dialogue, because they're not gonna keep all of that in.
They're gonna have to go straight for the fight scenes in order to like possibly save it.
Right. But look, I'm about to peep y'all in on some game real quick. All right, so as of right now, from what I've been told, Tower God is doing not so good in Japan, as we probably figured, most of us anyway. Given the whole thing with Korea and Japan and all that stuff, it's kind of really no secret. But however, Tower God is doing great in every other part of the world. So, as far as a season 2, it still is very possible, because at least it is doing good in other parts of the world. However, given that it's not doing great in Japan, we don't know how the studio is going to, how they're going to feel about that. So that's definitely going to be something we're going to have to look for, especially when season 1 comes to a close.
I mean, considering the fact that like season 2 just pretty much gets a whole new art style.
Right.
As Shadi says, we're gonna need a new studio for season 2, unless the current studio decides to do a season 2 and still follows the art style. Because so far this entire season, they did really well in the art style.
Right.
You know, but can they still follow it up with season 2 with a drastic change?
I think they could, because most anime onlys, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, so they just got a bigger budget.
And even then, with how long season 2 is, for
Yeah,
anime
season-
only, it's gonna be season 2, part 1,
Right.
season 2, part 2, season 2, part 3. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I want to see season 2 right now when it comes to how they're doing season 1.
They might take all the feedback that they've gotten because they already know that their pacing is absolute shite, and probably change it up for season 2, figuring that stuff out as they go. That's if they take the word of the people. You know what I mean?
What you say, Trent?
So now I'm just concerned that we're not gonna get one.
Yeah, I mean, like, as of right now, season 2, I don't know how good it would be. Like, this ending for season 1 is going to be, like, pivotal to build hype for season 2. And as of right now, I mean, the fight scenes haven't been bad in season 1. So, like, if they're going to, like, I'm just going through my mind, like, Rock has a good fight scene. And Dorsey and Knock has a good fight scene. Shibitsu has some funny moments, you know.
Right.
Bam, like there's a lot of things that are supposed to happen. I didn't name the side characters that come in, but I mean, there's so much that's supposed to happen in the next 3 episodes that if they do it right, it could save the season. But if they do it wrong, this might be the only season you get from Tower of God, and that's kind of sad though.
Yeah, it's really sad considering that season 2 is where it really, really pops off. And considering the fact that, like, right when we get into season 2, we get an array of new characters.
Yeah, give me, let Netflix do it or something. I don't care, like anybody else.
I don't even know if I would want Netflix to do it, because that means we wouldn't get it for like a whole year or like half of the year, because we know how Netflix does with their exclusive content.
Yeah.
It'll be done right though.
I mean, Netflix is taking in more webtoons. Like, they're doing the live action for Sweet Home. So if they want to do it right, that's on them. Like, possibly like Amazon or like HBO or something take it over. I don't know. There's just a lot of factors.
I would honestly rather Amazon, because they have a better track record as of right now with
Yeah, for
series.
shows. Yeah. They have a really good track record for their series and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Netflix, not so much, bro.
Netflix is
Netflix,
like
they
half
do a
and half.
lot.
Netflix has the money, but they don't have the track record.
So far, like, the only 2 things I really enjoyed on Netflix is King on Ashura.
No, but I'm saying as far as like originals, they really don't have the track record. Like, the only good one you can necessarily say they have is Devilman Crybaby.
You talking about the only one on Netflix? Oh, originals. Well,
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like, you can only say Devilman Crybaby, really.
Look, I'd rather look. It doesn't matter if you're gonna do season 1 of Tower of God like this. Then who cares who does the second one? Because it's just like One Punch Man season 1 and season 2. Like, somebody gonna mess it up somewhere, and it's already messed up right now. In my opinion, I have to turn my brain off to forget that I even read the webtoon.
And just watch it as an anime only. Yeah, I do the same thing. Until sub seasons hit, and then I just go, God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever though, it's definitely hard out here. It's definitely hard.
Yeah, it's really hard considering what's
For,
going on. So
what's going on?
So,
But
yeah, go ahead.
oh, well, I was just gonna give my grade since I didn't get my grade earlier, and we was gonna move on. But my grade, I'm gonna give it like an 8.5.
8 point. Jesus, bro, you so nice.
I know, right?
I mean, he said he was gonna shed the light on things, man.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
what
be
you
the
did.
the caregiver here. I'm gonna be the good guy since everybody here is shitting on it. So
I really
it'll be
love
me.
how we went from most of the season to be 8.5 to like 8 to like at least 9.5 to 10 to where it is now where we're grading it 7 to 7.5.
Crazy, ain't it?
How we had so much light in the beginning and everything just dwindles as it goes on.
Because we had
and we just
optimism, we
realize
had
what's going
hope
on.
out here.
Yeah,
Now,
we
But
really did have hope.
But look, I told y'all from the beginning, 13 episodes, everything was gonna be rushed, dialogue was gonna be cut. I warned y'all.
I'm fine with it, man. As long like there's a thing, and it's not to the point where I don't want a season 2. I
But
just want
you but the difference is we all can say that because we know what goes on in season 2. For anime
Exactly.
only, they have no idea where this series is gonna go.
I will say as an anime only, and it's hard for me because I'm not an anime only, so it's really hard for me to really verify that I mean this. But I don't know if I would care if they came back.
And that's my whole point because we know what's gonna happen. We know that season 1. Some people arguably say season 1 is the weakest. Some people say season 1 is the strongest.
Actually, you know what? I
But
don't care. The OSTs
right.
alone, the OSTs alone would be like.
But
I mean,
like
I don't
we
want
all
to say that the
we all
OSTs
can
are
agree
carrying
season
the
2
anime,
is better
but
than season 1.
I think so.
I think season 2 is better than season 1. Yeah.
You guys are further than me, so I can't really.
Okay, just off what you know right now, Trent, do you think season 2 is better than season 1?
From what I've read now,
Yeah.
it's had its moments. It has definitely had its moments, probably more impactful moments because I've built stake in characters. And just the mystery really hit hard. But I don't know, man. There's yeah, I would say it's up there though. From where I'm at, the amount of chapters I've read are probably, I would say, equal. You know, as far as lengthwise, maybe. No, maybe not. So I don't think I've even read 70 chapters in season 2. I definitely haven't. So, or 70 episodes or whatever the fuck. So it's really hard for me to say season 2 is better than season 1. Still.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, like,
Oh Lord.
now that I'm thinking about it, like, season 1, like, was good, and then the ending was season 1, like, threw me for a loop. Like, I was,
The ending of season 1 is what made season 1.
and
Hey,
it
shout
was
out to David Glad, man. He made my my logo.
nice.
Nah.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out.
out to everyone in the chat too.
So, like, after season 1, that hooked me to the series. Season 2, they've had enough moments. It's, yeah, I still give season 2 the edge by a little bit, though, I guess. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, y'all will give it a humongous edge once y'all keep reading. Once y'all get to where me and Seraph is, Hell Train arc.
Definitely better than season 1 where me and JD are at. There's so much that goes on. There's so much things that, like, it just expands the world building immensely, and the amount of characters that show up is nuts. Everything about season 2 is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, y'all gonna get there. But let's move on. We just strayed off topic so much. All right. So, since I guess we gave our expectations of the webtoon already compared to the anime, is there anything else y'all want to say on the differences between the two? Since we kind of touched on it anyway. JC, I see you shaking your head.
Nah, because, like, there's so many differences. I mean, I could nitpick it to death, but I mean, that's what they're gonna do from now on. And that's what they've been doing. So this is gonna be different.
Okay, Seraph.
I'm enjoying the differences so far. Like, seeing the Shinsu explosion to seeing the host funeral to, like, just small things like that. I'm really enjoying the differences that they've added it because it gives it more perspective of the webtoon. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Trent.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. You're gonna have to run the question back.
Damn
Yo,
it.
can I get an F in chat?
All right. Is there anything as far as the differences between the anime and webtoon you want to say? Because all of us kind of touched on it earlier, so I just want to see if there's anything left we have to say on the differences between the two.
All right, shot for me. Only thing now they can do is save it, or not save it, but only thing now they can do is execute it with precision.
Please.
Everything was good for me, man. Everything was tolerable for me until they did my man cheap nigga wrong, and now I'm just whelmed. It's now something I went from wanting the Blu-ray to I fuck around and catch the DVD, man. You know what I'm saying? I fuck around and
It's the DVD.
DVD,
I
bro.
might just stream it, cuz. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I don't know, man.
All right. All right. Well, keep it moving. Expectations for episode 11. We know that everything is happening. Ho's dead, had the funeral, all that stuff. Granny, as Shibizu call her, she left with a bottle of sake. Um, and now we are here for Michelle Light, aka Rachel, to see will she be advancing up the tower with the rest of the group, and Bam is taking or is trying to take the administrator's test. So, expectations for episode 11. What do you guys think is going to happen? How do you think they're going to handle it? JC, let's start with you.
I feel like I'm sad already, man. Like I just
God
don't
damn
even.
it.
I just don't even know. Like I want to have faith in them to say they're gonna do it right. They're gonna execute it right. But at the same time, I'm like, man, they've messed up on so much stuff. Like, okay, I have to figure out, is it a mess up or is it just my expectations aren't being fulfilled? And
Let's say your expectations aren't being fulfilled.
but at the same time, if I'm an anime only and I'm looking at it and it's just like I don't care if it comes back or not, like, oh, that one season was good, but it's a one-off, then they didn't do a good enough job. At the same time, I'm not seeing this being hyped up as we got to see in season 2 online either.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to come with it in these next couple episodes. But as of right now, I don't have faith in them. And that's why I had to leave it. I ain't got no faith in them, man.
Seraph. God damn it, Seraph.
I'm super iffy on it. Like in the beginning, I had extremely high hopes for it, but then like coming from a webtoon standpoint, it started to dwindle down. Like if I was just watching the anime without even knowing there was a webtoon out there for it, I'd probably be excited for season 2. But that's just a me thing. Because I enjoyed most of the fight scenes. I enjoyed how the way that Shinzu looked. I enjoyed a lot of the things in the anime.
Right.
But then because I read the webtoon and I saw all that, I'm just like, oh fuck. And everything just kind of started dwindling down slowly.
Damn.
JC,
Trent,
you okay
please give some please shed some light for these two, Trent. Be the light at the end of the tunnel that they need.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm about to disappoint you too.
God damn it, Trent. God damn it.
I'm sorry, JD.
And it's just because honestly, and I said it earlier before, here's the thing that I remember from this point on. So for anybody who's in again anime only, cover your ears for the next like 15 seconds. But nigga, I just remember the summary of the way that the game works, you know, and then her pushing my nigga out, and that's it. I don't even remember. I don't remember what goes on after this.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, so I guess I'll be the light at the end of the tunnel for everybody.
But why?
Why? Because it's okay. It's hard because everybody knows the webtoon here, so it's hard for a lot of us to differentiate the two and to be objective when it comes to the series as just an anime only, which I feel I have to do because I know you, Seraph. I know you're thinking of the webtoon. JC, we already know you thinking of the webtoon.
Yo,
And Trent, he doesn't remember anyway. So I have to be that voice of reason. Look, and I don't want to be the voice of reason, but I feel I have to just because nobody else is gonna be the voice of reason, stick up for it. So, with that being said, I believe
JC.
if I have to give it right now on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say it's about 7.5 as just an anime only. There's been plenty of series that come out, plenty of series that's been trashed that's has gotten a second season. And this is way better than no series. And we all just seen series that we know damn well didn't deserve a second season but got one anyway, especially over series that should have gotten a second season. On top of that, one, is it popular in Japan? No. But we know that goes deeper than to just the series being good or bad.
How's the
That
popularity
was
in
a
Korea?
no brainer.
It's high because it's a Korean show.
Oh, that's all we
It's,
need then.
well, no, because studios in Japan are animating it. So I
Right.
don't
We
know
had
how
the
that's
whole.
gonna work afterwards, but it's just a fact, that it's popular in the rest of the world other than Japan.
Seamus.
So on top of that, and y'all laughing, but we're gonna be having this same discussion on the God of High School in a few weeks.
No, we
No,
will
no, I
not.
was
Yes, we
laughing
will.
about Seamus's comment because he's like JC looking like he's on jury duty waiting to go home. What's up, PJ? I'm
y'all
streaming
wrong.
right now.
But look, the anime as a whole, if you're just looking at the anime, disregarding the webtoon, the anime is fine. Okay, it's not the greatest, but it's fine. It didn't hit the points it
These are
needed
my
to hit,
roommates. I
but it's
hate
still
'em.
doing decent.
Do you
And
hear yourself?
I do hear myself. That's because I'm separating the two.
Okay, what you're saying is that a mediocre anime gets a sequel a lot of times when it shouldn't. So this
Yes.
anime is only the sequel, even though
But this anime is better than those mediocre animes or those trash animes that got a second
Hey,
you're
season.
giving it 7.5. That's not
I love
a
That's
PJ.
good.
what you
Alright.
mean.
That's not goat.
7.5. And
That's not.
we're not even at the major point of season one yet. The major points are the next few episodes of season one.
They about to fuck it up.
Bro. Okay, if they fucking up, I'll change my stance. But until then, this is where we are, people. This is where we are. And I'm telling you, God of High School, we're gonna probably be having the same thing because I'll guarantee you it's gonna be 13 episodes, and they're gonna
Oh,
fit probably 78 chapters, the same or whenever this first arc ends in God of High School, and they're gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna be having this discussion, and JC you gonna be like they fucked it up.
Well, they better
not.
not. And B, I
The
do
only, I'm
also though.
telling you, the only thing that's gonna save God of High School is straight fights. That's
No, but I
that's
do
the only
agree
thing
with
that's
you
gonna
as
save
far
it.
as the fact that we gonna be. I do agree that we will be having this conversation when it comes to that. I do believe
Exactly.
unless they give it a good amount of episodes, I think of it like just because of they have to actually improve on the story for us not to be having this conversation. Because other than that, it's gonna get like I said for the webtoon for me like right in the beginning it jumped super quick. So
Exactly.
unless they honestly slow it down, I do believe we'll have this conversation regardless.
And you talking about God of High School, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we're gonna be having the same discussion because Studio Mappa is doing 3 major series: God of High School, then Jujutsu Kaisen, then the final season of Attack on Titan. Ain't no damn way God of High School is gonna be more than 12 to 13 episodes. I don't see it, especially when Jujutsu Kaisen coming out in the fall. There's no way. I don't see it. So we will be having the same discussion, and y'all gonna be saying it's trash because it's not gonna be like the webtoon.
Well, just to be honest, I don't even remember most of God of High School, so I'm gonna be fine. I'm anime only in this one because I remember some things. So I'm gonna be a Trent, but I don't remember anything, so I'm
Okay.
good.
I remember
But
a good
Seraph,
chunk at the beginning, but
You
I'm
do
gonna
you
be
you
anime
remember a
only.
good chunk at the beginning?
Yeah, I remember like them introducing Miiryu, Daiwi Hwan, and fucking
Mhm.
Jinmori, and that's about it.
Yeah, the
I
thing
don't
is,
remember
it can be-
much until Ragnarok.
it ain't gonna be like in the beginning. It ain't gonna be. There's not gonna be too much to where you'll be like, like you'll fight if it happened or didn't happen in the first place. Because it just there really isn't crucial, like especially in the beginning, like besides maybe specific moves or specific interactions, which I do believe they'll have specific interactions and specific character stuff. The beginning of it is just, I won't say the beginning of it, the bulk of it rather is fights.
It's
So
just
it's gonna
not
be
that
hard.
deep. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's deep, but the story gets lost because of the fights are so good. Like God of High School actually has a decent story. It has a
Like,
really decent story, especially from season 1 to the end of season 2. Season 3, you that's a different story. But season 1 and going
what
through
is
season 2
technically,
and the end of season 2, God of High School has a good story.
what is technically season 3 start?
Uh, the new generation after the Ragnarok arc.
When damn, okay, if y'all
Come
like
on,
God
High
up, cover
School?
your ears.
Yeah, God of High School.
Scary. You said cover your ears, not backed off like I couldn't still hear you.
I saw that. I was like, "You okay there, JC?"
I did. No, man. I'm worried. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I had such high hopes, and they're gonna come here next Wednesday, hoping I might throw a prayer up to God that somebody does something better than what I've been seeing. Like, I had one 10 out of 10 episode, and then everything else has been 7s or below, and I'm like, oh, it was okay. I mean, it was decent. It was passable. You could pass it. But, This is supposed to be it, right? This is supposed to be the one piece of Webtoons, and I guess One Piece wasn't that good when it first came out either. But I mean, I don't know.
It takes a little bit for the most part, and the only way that God of High School will make it is if the fight scenes are absolutely heat for the
They
animation.
gon' be though. Everybody show like you saw the trailer, right?
Yeah,
And so I mean, like the trailer was even clean. That's not saying that the whole entire
yeah, exactly. That's what I
season's
mean.
gonna be clean.
It's like a video
But the-
game where they announce a trailer for a video game. It looks fucking amazing, but then when you start playing a game,
Let's hope
Nothing
not.
like the trailer.
Let's hope not.
well,
Let's hope
what was
not.
that, JD?
Right. Right, but let's get back on Tower God before we get too off into God of High School.
Skip podcast for next week. I think we'll have to judge the episodes together.
Oh my God. Look, but anyway, look, that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just have too much faith in it. Maybe because the past test, the hide and seek, and all that wasn't my favorite to begin with. I always thought that was underwhelming compared to the bold test, which is the last test that we're on.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just because I knew that part was kind of underwhelming from the beginning, and y'all hyped it up. But that's just me.
I know you remember all the stuff that happens, right?
And what you talking about in the bold
In
test?
the bowl test. Yeah, you remember all the stuff that happens in the bowl test? And
For
you
the
think
most part,
with,
yeah.
you think with the track record that they've had with this series so far,
Mhm.
they're about to get all this right?
No,
You know
I
what
never.
mean?
First of all, I never said they're gonna get all of it right because I know they're gonna cut stuff out. I know that the dialogue is
I'm not even
what
talking
makes.
about the dialogue. I'm not talking about dialogue. There's enough fighting in here to fill up these episodes. You think they don't get it right?
I mean, they haven't let down a fight so far, as far as a fight scene.
My sheep dude, man, they let me down.
But his big moment doesn't really come till he versus
Fishbowl
a certain
test.
person.
So they let us down, they let us down in different ways with him.
But I'm saying, like, his big moment doesn't come till a certain person shows up and saves the day.
Yeah, but he fights people before that too.
Yeah, but we haven't even gotten there yet. The two people he fights, we haven't even gotten there yet.
That's why I'm scared.
Oh, look. So look, as far as like the big fights that happened during season 1, they haven't did bad. The crown game, we all enjoyed the crown game, right?
Yes.
Okay, can we all agree the crown game is the first biggest fight and first biggest hit as far as like, yeah, I'm gonna keep reading Tower God that season 1 has, right?
But that's reading it.
and watching it because the Crown game in the anime was still pretty good.
Man, I had
From
so
what
many
it was.
complaints about the Crown game, so I don't want to. It was okay.
The ultimate devil's advocate.
Yeah. No,
Gosh.
I had like, cause there were some side characters that didn't get shine that got shine in the webtoon, and the fights were different, and I went on and on in those episodes. So I mean,
Yeah, but
it was cool.
like all the side characters got their shine in the Crown game, but like Kuhn's biggest moment was when he like whipped out that tornado and dipped towards the Crown right away.
And they ain't even, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think they showed that in the webtoon, did they?
They showed it was different, but you know, here's what it is, man. I want to go harp on the past or anything like that. So the fights were okay. We'll say that much.
So the fights were okay. We'll go with the fights were okay. So given that it was okay fights, and given that this fight that's coming up, the next big fight, was better than, to me anyway, than what happened during hide and go seek, I feel it's gonna be fine. At least better than what we just where we're leaving from now.
Okay, everybody here, if it's better than what we had before, I'll come in here. I ain't giving nobody any shit. We'll just come out here and say it was good, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. But I just don't have faith in it right now. I'm just be like, worst series ever. I'm gonna say worst series ever.
Worst. Stop. Stop. You just seen worst series. Stop it.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
That's what
Not-
I'm saying. You just
Not
seen
that I
way
invested
worse.
this much
Jason.
time in.
You invested time in a webtoon, not the anime. And it's
The anime
because of
comes
the.
out, I have to go out and edit that
Bro,
boy, and I'll be mad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm already. It's already being set up in my mind. It's not good. So I'm just.
JC is not gonna binge watch Fairy Tale. I can tell you that right now.
I've already seen
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say
Oh.
don't watch Fairy Tale then.
I've already seen
Perfect.
it.
I don't look. Everybody gives crap on Fairy Tale, but I like Fairy Tale.
How dare you, sir?
I like it for look. I like Fairy Tale for what it is, just like I like Sayo for what it is. I don't go around in the streets hyping up like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's all the other zealous fans. But I like the series for what they are.
My man said sliced bread.
No, fairy tale friendship carries everything. Let you know that right now.
Well, I know it's stupid, but I like the series for what it is. I don't take it as serious as it needs to be.
That's how I feel.
Oh my goodness.
Seamus wants to get JC to binge watch Fairy Tale.
Like the anime is not as bad as the manga. If you want to talk about the manga, like
Season 1 theme song, go.
yes,
Oh,
yeah, I mean like they got
Snowfairy,
good
Snowfairy
openings
was
and stuff,
lit,
so the
dog.
music's not bad. But I can get through Fairy Tail to anime, but the manga, you might as well forget that. I would never read that again in my life.
8-0 is getting the anime, by the way. But that's besides the point.
Oh,
So, all right, y'all. Anything else y'all want to say before we dip out for the night?
baddies. No, I'm done. I'm done with this series. I'm so done.
Well, you got to be back next week.
Oh no.
Trent.
No, I'm good, bro.
God damn, y'all. All right. Well, that's gonna be it from us for tonight, y'all. As y'all can see, this is the true differing opinions episode.
There goes our title.
Right. That's already the title. We gotta think of a different one.
What
But
up?
that's gonna be it for tonight from us, y'all. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. If you haven't already, please follow us on here. Also, go subscribe to the YouTube channel and go follow us on Twitch. Also, go subscribe to JC's new channel that is in
Thank
the
you.
chat. I will post it again
And,
for everybody. There you
also,
go. It's in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe to that while you're here if you haven't done so already. And that's gonna be it. And we're out. Peace.
Wait, real quick, just don't forget.
Oh,
that
you
we're
got
gonna be
something
on AnitubeCon 2020 Saturday, on at 11 a.m. Central Time to noon. So for Eastern guys, it's probably gonna be noon to 1.
Okay.
You right.
You right. You all right?
So make sure to come catch us over there on Saturday. Peace, y'all.